Hi, I'm Anne-Marie with Speak Confident English, and welcome to this week's Confident English lesson. This week I have something totally new for you, and I have to be honest, I'm really excited about it. Every month in 2018, I will be doing a lesson just like this today, but it's not really a lesson. In fact, it's actually an interview. I'll be interviewing someone in our Confident English community, and I'm calling it Confident English Spotlight. In other words, it's my opportunity to shine a light on someone in our Confident English community who is doing amazing things. That might mean someone who has overcome significant challenges to be successful in their career. It might mean someone is doing something to help other people and to do good in this world, to make a real difference. It might be someone who is volunteering or had an amazing adventurous experience. And of course, it also means someone who has learned to overcome their fears in English, how to become more confident and develop their fluency. Today's interview is actually with someone who has all of those things. Today I'm interviewing Beatriz from Spain. Beatriz has been an active participant in the Confident English community for over a year, and she joined me for Fluency School in 2017. Beatriz has been successful in her career, and she's able to make a difference in other people's lives every day. She also spends some of her free time doing really fascinating adventures, some hard adventures, and things to help other people. And finally, Beatriz also has spent a lot of time working to develop her courage and her confidence so that she can communicate successfully in English. So in today's interview, we talk about all of those things, plus culture in Spain and my favorite topic, food. And I wanted to share this story with you for two reasons. Number one, the Confident English community is amazing. I don't know why or how, but I have the most incredible, passionate, successful, interesting people in this community. I want you to know each other, and I want to be able to share those stories. I love giving others the opportunity to share what they've done well, to share what they've learned, and to talk about how they've overcome challenges, how they've been successful. Of course, all of that is also motivating for us and inspiring. The second reason I want to share it with you is you do listen to me every Wednesday. In most of my Confident English lessons, we talk about advanced vocabulary on specific topics, tips for fluency and growing your confidence, how to communicate effectively, and grammar or pronunciation. But in this interview, you'll be able to add some new language, expressions, and useful vocabulary to your daily English while also improving your listening skills. Now, this interview, this Confident English Spotlight, is longer than my usual Confident English lessons. I told Beatriz that I would ask her a variety of questions on many different topics and that she could say whatever she wanted. So we do get into some lengthy discussions because she has so much to say, and I had a lot of follow-up questions. But I do want you to watch all of it if you can. Maybe you have time today to watch the full interview, which would be fantastic. If not, watch a little bit today and then come back tomorrow, watch a little bit more, and do the same the following day. As always, I have some questions for you at the end of the lesson. It's an opportunity for you to take what you've learned and immediately use it, get some practice and feedback. So go to the online lesson, watch the Confident English January Spotlight with Beatriz, and then at the end, review the questions I have and share your thoughts in the comments at the bottom of the lesson. And with that, enjoy this week's Confident English Spotlight, and I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. So this week, our first spotlight lesson in 2018 with Speak Confident English is with Beatriz. Beatriz, you are from Spain, so tell us a little bit about life in Spain. What is something that is really unique or something that you really appreciate about your culture?
Hello, everyone. I'm Beatriz, and as Anne-Marie said, I'm from Spain. And well, I think that to think about this question, I just think when I was abroad. And it's a lot. I know that it's typical from Spain, but we need to meet each other a lot and to celebrate the life. We enjoy a lot sharing with relatives, with our friends. So I think that one of the best, apart from the country, the landscape, the beaches, the mountains that are awesome. I think that I love this kind of feel that we need to celebrate things and share with others and live a life in the better way we know. So
yeah. Is there something in particular that you really enjoy celebrating with your friends and family? Is it a special holiday or is it just normal day life? What do you like to celebrate?
Well, I would say that normal day life, because here, I know if you are at home at 8 o'clock in the evening, that seems to be quite late, and you want to meet a friend because you are sad or need something to share or things like that. Well, especially in this city, because it's a small city, but in general, in Spain, I think that it's easier to, it's secure, it's really secure, the street, security in the streets. So I think it's really easy to call a friend and then meet in the bar and just have a tea or have some food and enjoy.
Yeah. So in the last few years, I've had some opportunities to go to Spain, and most of the time I was in San Sebastian, which isn't far from where you are. And I loved pinchos. I loved Spanish food, but especially pinchos. So I'm curious for you, because you've lived abroad, you've traveled a lot. Is there something that you can't live without? Is there a Spanish dish or food that you think is just the best thing ever?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, Spanish cuisine is really rich and Mediterranean products, and well, also the seafood products of the side that are really good. And there's a food, a dish that when I was abroad I miss a lot, and it's really simple, and it's not pinchos or fabada or cocido, things like that. It's only Spanish omelette. And it's really easy to cook, but if you can cook a really nice Spanish omelette, I think it's well.
Yeah. Yeah. So a Spanish omelet is definitely different from at least how Americans traditionally think about an omelet. For an American, an omelet is typically just eggs, maybe vegetables, maybe some meat or something, but typically it's eggs. But what is unique, or what is in a Spanish omelet?
Well, a perfect Spanish omelette has to have potatoes and have some onion, well, some little, some onion, yeah. And this is the basic one.
Okay.
This is really nice. And you fry the potatoes and mix with the eggs and make like more or less solid.
Yeah.
But here in the north, it's very common to put on the top of the Spanish omelette things like salad or cheese.
Wow.
And things like that. So it's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah. I want to ask you a few questions about your job. Your job title and your profession is a transportation expert. What does that mean? What does a transportation expert do?
Well, transportation expert implies that you study and define solutions for transport problems.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
it would apply to roads, train, ports, airports, and is focus especially on infrastructure or operation of transport.
Mm-hmm.
How to design the best network for a city, or perhaps the best connection for a remote city or village, and so it covers a lot of stuff.
Right. How did you get into that job?
Well, it was I didn't meant to be here. Don't you as a child, you don't say, I'm going to be a transportation expert. But well, I started economics because I think it was a really interesting area where I can learn about the movements of the different countries and how economics of the world. And when I was in my latest years of college, I had to think, well, I can stay all my life between that numbers.
Mm-hmm.
An accountant or an auditor.
Mm-hmm.
Adding here and multiplying there, I don't know. And I have the chance to choose one of the last subjects of my career or my time in university, and it was transport economy, and I didn't choose it because I know what it means. Surprised me, and I really love it. I was very passionate with this subject, and I did it so well that the teacher gave me a scholarship to a transport master.
Wow.
And then I began there, and then my company. Well, I was during the transport studies. I was working as an accountant, and I just put more force in the idea of not being an accountant anymore, and then my company hired me, and I've been working and growing with them since then. So
wow. So you've stayed with the same company your whole profession?
Yeah, because the company has grown a lot. So I have grown with them.
Yeah.
And they have given me the opportunity to travel, to go forward in my task, in my responsibilities. So so far, yeah. I'm very happy with it.
Yeah. What do you love most about your job?
Well, there are many things, but if I have to choose some, I would say first of all that I feel that I'm helping people. Because when you design a solution, or I don't know, a new transport line, something as simple as that, but perhaps could be a new road, wherever, or you feel that you are changing day-to-day life, people's day-to-day life, so making a difference, and that people can take advantage of your work. So that's really, I think that is really important for me. Another thing that I've found really rewarding is that you can see the results of your work. If you design a transport plan, you can see the results of building an underground or things like that. So it's quite touchy. I don't know.
Yeah, tangible. You can touch it, see it, feel it.
Yeah. See with your own eyes.
Yeah.
And also another thing, final thing that I find really rewarding is that it covers really a wide variety of situations and studies. Perhaps today I can be studying how to access the port of Ibiza, and tomorrow I'm working on a road in a rural area of Colombia.
Wow.
Or perhaps I start trying to develop a transport plan in Medina. So it's really, it's not the routine every day you have to do A, B, C. So
right.
I love it.
Yeah, so you have a lot of variety and different projects, different things to be creative, innovative.
Yeah.
Exciting. That's great. So I'm curious, and this could be about your job or it could be in general, but what do you think is the coolest thing you've ever done in your life?
Well, it could be something about my work, but I will choose something else. I'm quite adventurous. I've considered myself an adventurer. And I think one of my best experience, or my best experience, is spending a month in Nepal, just hiking and climbing. So far is my best experience, and it was because we spent there a month, and it was really deep, physically and also emotionally, because you live without anything, more or less. We had really problems to get a shower, like that. And you spend a lot of time just walking and doing physical efforts, and thinking and sharing with a really small group of people. And it was and really apart from all the world, without phones and connections and things like that. So it was great, and I learned a lot of things about myself, and I think that the mountain teaches you some things.
Yeah.
Also a really challenging trip for me physically, because my challenge was to climb three peaks of 15,000 feet.
Okay.
And one peak of more than 20,000 feet.
Wow.
I made it, and I was like super excited when you reach the peak. It's like all this effort, Explosion. It's really good. I recommend it to all, to all people to do that. Yeah.
And you spent a whole month in Nepal doing this, just trekking, climbing, living with just the basics of life. Wow. Would you do it again?
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's amazing. What's next on your list? What's your next big adventure?
Wow, this one, I'm really excited with it. I'm volunteering with an organization named Bridge to Prosperity. This organization is an American organization, and they search for remote areas, rural areas, poor areas where there is a need of a bridge. Perhaps there's this famous picture with kids going to school, traveling with I don't know how it is in English, tirolina, with a cable.
Yeah, with just a line across.
Yes, there are lines over the river. So they search for this kind of problems in rural areas and build pedestrian bridges.
Wow. They
use volunteers to physically build them.
Okay.
And, so I'm volunteering for that, and I'm travel to Panama in April.
Wow, that's amazing, Beatriz.
Really happy, yeah.
Wow. So I'm going to make sure that I share the name of this organization in the Confident English lesson, because other people might be really interested. Tell us the name of the organization again.
Bridge to Prosperity.
Okay, so I will find that and I'll put a link in the Confident English lesson, because
I hope I can share with you experience.
Yes, please be sure to share photos or anything that you want. That sounds amazing. So how long will you be in Panama in April for that?
Well, so far I think it will be 3 weeks. It's a really short period of time to build a bridge.
Yeah.
I've been searching for other projects of them, and they also managed to build some bridge in less than 3 weeks, in 2 weeks, just with planning and the material there and on time. And
how did you find this organization?
Well, my company has wanted to work with them.
Okay.
They get in contact and just make a selection of people that apply for this sharing. And well, I managed to be there.
That's amazing. Oh, I can't wait to hear about it. That sounds incredible. What a cool experience. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Well, right now, so we've been doing this interview, and of course the goal of this interview is just to highlight people in the Confident English community who are doing really amazing things, have interesting careers, they've been successful, they've overcome challenges, and of course you're doing this interview with me in English. Tell me how you got here. What is your journey in English? What has it been?
Wow. I should say that it was the normal path that in Spain we all take. That is, we start at the school learning English. Nowadays, perhaps it's different, but when I was a child, it was really based and focused on writing, grammar, and vocabulary, and speaking was like I think that it wasn't really. They didn't put the focus on it.
Okay.
So I continue in high school and then in English and English official in official English institutions here in Spain, and they use more speaking. They try to develop speaking skills.
Okay.
Deeply, but well, with my company, I have to work in English with people in English, or with native English people or not native.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important for us to communicate our ideas and our and just we are working internationally. We need it, and so I felt that I was in an English level that I can't accomplish that. I cannot manage to communicate myself and to articulate myself in the proper way. Mm-hmm. So I was like searching for something to help me, and I was like sure that there were nothing. Mm. I was trying to do everything that all people told me to do, listen to things in English, just all the radio in English, just all the series in English, writing in English. So trying to introduce English in my day-to-day life in a lot of variety of forms, but I didn't feel that I was improving. Mm-hmm. At the end, I find your classes, and for me was just a surprise, a really, really, really good surprise, and I'm really happy to came across your classes, because I for me has been the difference. Between trying to communicate in English and be able to talk in English in an interview and talk in English for 30 minutes, 1 hour.
Yeah. It's been 30 minutes so far.
So for me it's amazing, and I'm very happy, and I recommend your classes to everyone.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm so excited. I mean, it's just been an incredible year since I've met you, watching your path change and how much you've changed in your confidence in English and your ability to have a 1-minute conversation or a 30-minute conversation. It's huge. It's just incredible. And I know that now you're also doing Toastmasters in English, which
thanks to you. Yeah.
I love it. That's great. So when I share this lesson, and of course, thousands of people will be watching it. A lot of people will see it. Some of them might be feeling really discouraged, maybe about their job. Maybe they're frustrated with their job. Maybe they're frustrated with English, but they might have a huge challenge in their life right now. You've overcome some challenges. You've overcome a big challenge with English. What would you say to somebody who just wants to give up at this moment? What would you say to motivate them to keep going?
Yeah, well, to motivate, I guess when we have a lack of motivation, it's because we feel we are failing. That we feel that we are not be able to, will not be able to achieve our goals. And so I think it's really important to take this idea and go to the garbage with it. Throw away.
Yeah.
It's really easy to say, but well, and it's a lesson that for example, it's a lesson that the mountain gave to me, and it's, well, this kind of makes you walk all the night. Mm-hmm. When you are just about to give up, and you're really tired and you have no oxygen and it's really hard, but the moment of most darkness is just before the Yeah, break of dawn, sorry.
Oh, the break of dawn. Yeah, absolutely.
Break of dawn. So when you feel we are going to give up, and then you say sunrise.
Yeah.
So it will come. If you continue, it will come, and nothing will stop that your goal come to, and you get to your goal.
Yeah.
If you continue, there's nothing that could happen that stops you to get to your goal. You only have to continue. If you have to slow the rhythm, so just slow the rhythm. If you have to take a rest, take some rest, but you only have to continue, and you will be there.
Yeah.
It's mathematics.
I love that. I love it. I think that's fantastic. I'm going to use some of that as a quote for a post on Facebook, I think. I love that. That's a great motivational quote. Yeah,
there's another interesting quote that I think that is, I don't know, John Ford or something like that. He said, if you think you can, or if you think you cannot, it's probably you are right in both occasions. So if you think you cannot, it's probably you will not do it.
Interesting, right.
If you can't, it's really likely you will do it.
Yeah.
Likely.
It's all mental, is what you're saying. It's
all, yeah. I think all, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love that. I love that quote. Well, I have one final question. It's kind of a funny question, but do you have a favorite word or a favorite expression in English?
Yeah. I have one that I told you, the last time we talked about that. I think gorgeous.
Gorgeous,
because of intonation that invites you to say gorgeous. Like super fast, gorgeous.
Yeah, I love it. That's a great word. And I think that's the first time that's been someone's favorite word. And I ask that question a lot. So I think that's a great word. It's a good word to end with for today. Yeah. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add before we finish our interview today?
I don't know. Just go for it. If you want something, go for it, and don't give up.
Great. Well, I love it. Well, thank you so much, Beatriz. This was really fun. I loved getting to hear your answers to all my questions today. And thank you for being courageous and willing to share in English with all of the Confident English community. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Amari, for the opportunity. I'm very happy to do things with you. I'm really happy, and I always have a lot of fun.
Me too. Thank you so much.